What is the 5S method? This is the framework that I take all of my clients and my always attracting community members through when I want them to have more clarity as to who they want from a partner. The 5S method is this method that I created to help you, a woman, identify and choose the best possible partner for you. And it's actually really, really simple. And I'm going to walk you through the whole thing in this video. So the 5S method are five different S's that we walk through if we want to have extreme clarity for the man that you want in your life and for the ideal sort of relationship that you'd like. I'm going to break them down one by one.
Okay, that's better. My mic was just acting up, and we don't have to be perfect. We just got to get it done. Okay, let's get back to topic now. The 5S method is an incredibly easy method to be able to find the kind of partner that you want. And if you take notes during this video and you follow the steps, I guarantee you that you're going to have way more clarity as to the kind of relationship and the partner you want, especially if you've never dated before. Or maybe you've dated and the experience has been horrible and you think dating sucks and it's hard. I've developed this through years of dating. I've been in three long-term partnerships and I'm in my third right now, and it's amazing and it's the best one that I've ever had because I do think that dating is a skill, just like anything else, just like communication is a skill, just like learning how to attract is a skill, and all of these different things that we are going to cover in this video. So, S number one, you hear this all the time. Standard. What is a standard, you might ask? A standard is what's normal for you. For me, I have a standard of taking a shower in the morning. For other people, it might be taking a shower twice a day. Fun fact, in Brazil, they take the most showers. I think it's like three on average per person, which is pretty nuts. Anyways, there are different standards in life. For me, if my woman disrespects me, that's that's not appropriate. We don't tolerate that. And she doesn't tolerate it from me because that's her standard as well. You have to identify these things before you're in a relationship, because when you're in a relationship and you have emotional investment, you're less logical, you're more emotional in that state. You got the two different sides of your brain, right? One is more emotionally based, logical thinking. Um, one is more emotionally based, one is more logically based. You want to always identify where you're at. And when you're on a date, when you're about to make out with this person for the first time, that's an emotional place that you're in. You're not in a logical place anymore. So you want to take care of these things before, when you're in the logical state of mind, so that when you're in that situation, you know what your standard is. Does that make sense? So standards, a couple of different ways we can define this. Define what the relationship feels like. What do you mean feels like? Well, when I take my clients through this process, I ask them questions like, what kind of relationship do you want to be in? Like, what kind of relationship? Is it a fun, light relationship? Is it easygoing? Is it really deep, where you talk about really deep topics? For me, when I decided I want to get back into dating and I want to attract the kind of partner that I want out of my life, I decided that I want to have a really chill, easygoing sort of partner that I can laugh with, that I can have a good time with. And then, like 20% of the time, I want to be able to go deep in topics. I want to talk about some of those things that really matter to me. And I want to know if she is open to that, if she can handle that, if she can receive that. And I also want to know if I can be able to receive her, if I can hold space for her. So these are questions that you ask yourself prior. You don't just like get in a relationship and, oh, I guess we're in this kind of relationship now. You are actually better off served if you think about what you want before it even happens. That's like the preparation. And people don't ever consider relationships as something you got to prepare for. You don't have to. You can just find someone and you guys can co-create an amazing life together. But if you have a certain set of standards and expectations, right? What does this feel like? So maybe when you're doing this exercise, write a couple of words. For me, it was fun. So imagine this is a relationship, right? Relationship. Fun, happy, vibes, hot. Sexual, intimate, deep, fit. These are words that describe the relationship that I wanted and the relationship that I have now. Like this was the standard for me. If she didn't feel like a happy person, if she wasn't happy, I wouldn't want to be with her. That's what makes my filter work a lot better. You see how planning this stuff beforehand, it makes it very clear when you're on the date, is like you ask yourself, is this a vibe? If it's not a vibe, then don't be there. You can say, thank you so much. I had a great time, but I'm not really interested in moving forward. I hope you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck. Intimate. I want to be able to know if I can be completely honest and truthful with this person and she can do the same for me. So I have to prepare myself for that. Sexual. I want to be attracted to my partner. I want her to be attracted to me. That's up to me to look as best as I can, but it's also up to me to choose somebody that I'm really attracted to so I don't have to force attraction. I just naturally want to hug her and kiss her and touch her. And I think that's another hallmark of a successful relationship. I took a lot of my inspiration for this whiteboard from my law of attraction manifestation coach, Nero Knowledge. Shout out Nero Knowledge. I'm definitely taking inspiration from you, although you're not the first one to do this. I think you're the one that's doing this the best. And I just think this is a great way to teach. I love teaching, so shout out Nero. So just like Nero says, take some comments, write some notes, leave it down below. I think it'll help the other people that watch this. Standard, we're still on standard number one. Now, you need to also define what your boundaries are, right? Define lifestyle, values, emotional availability, availability. Fun fact, I was the best speller in my grade one and grade two class. I'm not sure how good I am at it anymore, but I was at one point. So don't judge me if I spell something wrong, okay? Intimacy. Okay, this is also a set of standards that you need to focus on. You need to think about, right? Identify this with yourself first, because remember, the most important relationship you ever have is with yourself. The most important. Define boundaries. What are boundaries? Let's say your man is hugging other women. Is that okay for you? Let's say he hugs and kisses other women on the cheek. Is that okay for you? Is it okay that he does it with his sister? Is it okay if he does it with his cousin? Is it okay if he does it with his best friend who's a woman? Is it okay if he even has best friends that are women? These are the things I want you to think about. Whatever answer you choose is fine, but you need to stick to them. You need to have these boundaries as like a set discipline. For me, my girlfriend doesn't need to have a guy best friend. She doesn't need to go on a single date. For me, it's a date with her guy best friend. Why does she need another man to be with, to be close to? I just, for me, I just don't like that. I don't think that it's necessarily a normal thing. But again, that's my standard. And as long as I can communicate that effectively and tell her, listen, this is what's normal for me. If you don't like that, I get it, but like I don't think we're a good fit if you don't have that same belief as me. Again, I'm not saying that that standard that you have is right objectively, but for you, if you know that it would make you upset for your partner to have a girl best friend that he goes out with and he spends time with, then just say it. If it's not okay with you, just say it. Don't bring it up later in the relationship when you guys are already invested. Bring it up early. Set the boundary early so that he has time to leave and you have time to leave before emotions are too deep and intimate there, amongst other things, right? These are important. There's different kinds of values, health, fitness, um, and so all the other things, right? Lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? Are you guys active? Do you guys have fun? How much involvement do you have from friends and family? You need to establish this. What is your standard? My standard is I see my family once a week. If that's too much for you, then I don't know if this is a great idea. But for me, I knew that I wanted to find a woman that also values family, has family values. And when I found out that she's really close to her family, I'm like, wow, this is great. She has a great relationship with her dad, with her mom, with her siblings. And I was like, that's what I have too. And I really respect that from people because I know how difficult it is to maintain it. So that's another thing I look for. Active. Do you want your partner to be active? Do you want them to be health conscious? Like, do you want them to think about the gym? Do you want them to think about nutrition? Or is it not that important for you? Do you just kind of eat whatever you want? Do you like to go out to different restaurants every day? You see what I'm saying? I want you to think about this. Writing it on paper is even better because then you can kind of see what it looks like on paper and you'll be able to identify it faster. And that's what discernment is thinking about something before you're actually there and then identifying it, right? You want to have fun with them. Are they a really happy-go-lucky person? Do they like to laugh? Friends and family, we already spoke about that. Values, what values are important for them? For me, it's kindness, it's courage or courageousness, it's giving back, it's loyalty. These are really important values for me. And for your partner, what values are important for them? If they don't care about being kind, does that make sense? If you're someone so big on values, if they're really, really honest and you don't care about being honest, is that a good match? Probably not. And ideally, when you meet your partner, they are going to start to teach you their standards and you will be impressed by it. You'll be proud of it. Instead of being like, oh, I got to teach this person these values. Ideally, you have your own set of values, they have their own set of values, and it's respectful and it's like there's an open mindedness on both sides. And if you guys can teach each other the values that are important for you and kind of build values on top of each other, ooh, it's amazing. It's kind of like imagine this is you, and for you, kindness is important. And it's important for them too, but they don't really practice it. They haven't really been disciplined enough to practice kindness, so they don't really have it in their bones. They know it's important, but they don't have it in their bones. And imagine they are high in courage and they've practiced this and they practice being courageous moment to moment, experience to experience. And imagine you find this person and you're like, wow, they're so great. I do admire them in many cases. You teach them kindness and they teach you courage. Now you have both. You see how a relationship can make you a better person? That's the ideal. Okay, guys? Emotional availability. Are they available emotional? Do you want to be able to have deep emotional conversations? Can they meet you at the level that you're at? If you have journaled for 10 years and have thought about who you are as a person and you have answers to like why you make the decisions you make, what kind of beliefs you have, but they've never even wrote in a journal once, they've never meditated for a minute, they don't even care about that stuff. Are you going to be able to meet them where they're at? Are they going to be able to meet you where you're at? Do you need that as a woman? Probably. That's one thing I hear all the time from the clients I work with. It's like they're not emotionally available. How do I make them emotionally available? You can't. But it's about meeting a person that is emotionally available. You have to say no a couple of times before you find someone you can say yes to. And you don't ever have to push yourself to say yes. You should want to say yes to them. Okay? Abundance, guys, abundance. Leadership. Who is the leader in the relationship? Is it both of you guys? Is it just them? Is it you? Do you want a man that's extremely masculine who can lead all the time? Or do you feel like that's like a little bit controlling for you? Another question to ask yourself. And intimacy. Can you be really truthful to them moment to moment? That's intimacy. Can you expose yourself and your vulnerabilities to them? Do you feel like it's a flow? You know what I mean? If it feels like it's forced, I don't recommend it. The best relationships, the ones I've been in, the ones I am in right now, and people that I've spoken to are the ones that just kind of flow. You don't have to try so hard. And even when there is a challenge or an obstacle, you guys go through it with such ease and calm composure. So that's standard. That's S number one. Okay. Take those notes, whatever you find interesting, whatever stuck out to you. I want you to put it in the comment down below. And if you guys want to work with me in a group capacity, I have a community called Always Attracting where we talk about these things week to week. We have one Q&A call and we have one class where I bring in guest speakers or also talk about certain things myself. If you guys are interested in that, link down below in the description. Anyway, screening. Number two, screening. What is screening, you might ask? screening is being able to filter fast. You don't want to be the kind of person that dates somebody for 10 years and then realizes it's not a good fit. You want to be able to identify this within 10 minutes, 10 days, right? 10 weeks at most. The women that end up in a great relationship are the women that learn how to do this fast. The women that end up in horrible relationships that end up, single at 40, 50, 60, 70 are the ones that don't know how to screen, and then they end up with the wrong person for them for too long. What does this include? Giving too much benefit of the doubt. You might say, oh, no, I'm sure he was tired. That's why he didn't message me for 3 days. Oh, he had this to do. That's why he got busy. It's like, no, you're rewarding behavior that you don't like. And if you don't like the behavior, do you think it's going to get better or worse? Typically, when a man is really abusive, he doesn't start off like that. He'll start off by saying something disrespectful to you, and he'll realize how you tolerate it, and he'll get more disrespectful. Eventually, he'll put his hands on you, and you won't say anything because you're like, oh, maybe this is normal. And then eventually, you're getting a black eye every weekend. And I'm not saying that's your fault. That's not your fault at all. But at the same time, if we don't cut this behavior at the root, if we don't just say, hey, listen, that's not what I'm doing. Like, this is not good. If you notice a man on your first date getting very aggressive and getting kind of angry at you, you need to leave. You don't need to be there. You think it's going to get better. It's not. You think that's exciting for you, but that's just your nervous system being used to a particular sense of fear. You need to decondition yourself to that. Okay? You need to be able to spot patterns. People always talk about avoidant attachment. Avoidant attachment is a person that doesn't really like you that much. If they're not close to anybody, they haven't figured out how to be close to themselves. Do you want that? Do you want a partner that can't open up, that can't listen to you when you're opening up? It's not avoidance. They just haven't become grounded in who they are. If that's not something you like, then leave. You can't change somebody from being avoidant to secure or avoidant to like a healthy relationship style, right? Next. There are more people out there. Now, it's not to say that if you meet the right person, you guys can't improve together. But if you know at that very start it's a hell no, do not waste your time. For me, if it's a hell no, I'm gone as fast as I figure this out. But I give it some time if it's vibes, because that's how you realize it's a hell yeah. If you go on that first date and you're like, oh, this is fun, like we're vibing, we're having a good time, you still don't know the depth of that person. You've just seen the top level. Like, imagine this, right? Imagine this funnel. Imagine at the top, attraction. This is the first and foremost step. If you're not attracted to a person, you're not going to spend your time there, and they're not going to spend their time with you. The second step is understanding. You get to know them a little bit more. You get to see some of the different idiosyncrasies of this person, some of the behavior, some of the mindset of this person. You're like, oh, you know what? I like this person. I like them enough to want to see where this goes. Right. And third is like, you're in a relationship, you have relations, you guys both make the commitment. At the bottom is like, you know, marriage, kids. The first filter is like, if you're not attracted, don't go on a date with them. If the only people you're attracting are unattractive people, look at yourself. You might be not as attractive as you think you are. But let's say you get the first check, okay? This is like the first date. You're not going to fall in love with this person on the first date, no matter what they say. Love at first sight. That's more of like attraction at first sight. But the love is more about their character and their soul. And I don't think you could really understand somebody's soul in an hour, if possible. I've done it in the past, but it's like rare. Great if you have it, amazing. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're the person for you. It just means you guys connect on a deep, intimate level. The next step Understanding is more like, you know, some of the other things like the standards, ideals, values. These are things that you learn through time. And then once you realize, like, oh, yeah, they check off this, just this, and I'm attracted to them, boom, now we're in a relationship. And then from there, you guys determine whether or not you want to have marriage or kids. I hope this is making sense. I know I'm dropping mad facts right now, and I hope y'all are loving it. Once you guys find your ideal partner, please leave a comment down below telling me how it happened. I'm always curious. I've connected many people together, and it's always a great feeling to see people in deep relationships with people that they really do love. I think good people attract good people, and again, it's a skill that you got to develop as well. S number three is soft power. Now, when I say power, a lot of y'all probably might think of a really big, strong guy, muscles and money, and do it, do it. No, that's masculine energy. This right here, this is your feminine energy. And the women that work with me, they want to learn how to embody and embrace their feminine energy because all women are feminine. Just because you don't feel it, just because you don't look it, doesn't mean you're not it. Okay? And so, what I want you to do is, I want you to embrace this soft power. And soft power is different than masculine go, go, go power. Okay? It's more understanding who you are, letting people know that in a soft, calm way. And your power is being able to walk in a room and guys sit up straight. Is being able to walk in a room and like heads are turning and guys are afraid to even say the wrong thing to you because you might be like, you know what, it's not worth my time. So, in a lot of women that I work with, some of them are leaders, some of them are lawyers, some of them are managers, some of them are professionals. They think that they need to be masculine in order to get what they want out of the workplace. Not necessarily. If you know how to identify your standards and be able to say it in a soft, elegant way, which is your feminine energy, being able to receive what your team is telling you and understanding it and then putting it in a nice, sort of assertive pattern, people will respect you because as long as you're effective, that's powerful. If you can change the world around you, which you only can if you change yourself within, then that's powerful. You have power over making something happen in the world. Okay. So, how do you do this? What are some words that describe this? Feminine presence, warmth, as opposed to cold, confidence, attracting over chasing, grounded in you over performing. Feminine presence. What is a feminine presence? It's open, it's calm, it's relaxed, it's not having to do so much. Why sometimes can you be wearing sweatpants and you get so many looks from so many different men, but the times that you dress up so much, nobody's really looking at you? Notice how you're behaving in each of those moments. Think about the time that you felt the most people attracted to you. What did you have? You had a feminine presence. You were calm. You moved slowly. You didn't rush things. You asked for help. You weren't just go, go, go. We're going to go here. We're going to. No, you were relaxed. And that's hot for a masculine man. Masculinity is only hot for a feminine man. And if you want to keep attracting men like that, well, then keep being masculine. It's warmth. When someone comes up to you, when a man gives you a compliment, how do you take it? Like, okay, stop. I don't like that. Ew. Or are you like, thank you. I appreciate it. Do you give hugs? Do you take your time? Where's your voice sitting at? Is it really deep and angry, or is it high pitched and relaxed? Confidence. Confidence is essentially believing in yourself. It's having self trust. It's knowing that this decision that you make is a good decision. It's not second guessing it. It's saying, okay, I see this guy has a certain behavior I don't really like, and I definitely can't see myself being with him. And it's telling him, Thank you, but I can't. I don't want to go out with you again. That's having confidence in yourself because you made the right decision for yourself. You always want to attract. The name of my community, always attract. What does that mean? It means you attract the people that you want. You attract your dream life. You attract the man to come up to you and say something to you. You don't chase. You don't look for his approval. You don't ask him if you think you're beautiful or you're worth it. You know you are. And when you know you are, people are going to look at you and be like, yeah, this person is beautiful. This person is nice. This person is kind. You don't have to say it out loud. You just be the thing. Me making a video right now, I'm not chasing. I'm not in anybody's DMs asking them to work with me. I am attracting clients. And some of you might watch this video and get value. Some of you might hate it. But some of you might click the link in my bio. Some of you might message me on IG. Same username, by the way. And you might be like, hey, Aaron, I watched your video and I really want to work with you. That is attracting. That is bringing people to me because I have the confidence in myself. I don't want you to chase and I don't want you to perform. Performing is wanting to be more for somebody because that you're just telling yourself, I'm not good enough as I am. I need to be my best for somebody else to want to choose me. No, you are good enough. You actually need to do less. The less you do, the more people are like, yeah, this person, I don't know what it is, but they get it. She's calm. She's relaxed. She doesn't need another guy's approval. You don't need anybody's approval. You just need your own. Okay? Guys, you're not trying to prove your worth to anybody. You're just reminding yourself that you're worthy every day. That who you are as a person is good enough for the best out there. And you're doing it in a humble way. You're not doing it in a braggadocious way. You're not going on Instagram saying, I'm the best, I'm the hottest, I'm this, I'm that. No, that's not hot. That's that's begging for validation. You don't want to beg for validation. Step number 4, we're getting to the juicy parts now, guys. You might think this is all like ooey gooey, airy fairy, but this is where strategy comes in. And this typically is like month 2 or month 3 of when I work with somebody is strategy. What strategy are you using for dating? A lot of them can work. Is it out in the wild, right? Like grocery stores, like gyms, like cafes. I've met tons of people at these places, and I know multiple people that have met their partners at these places. Is it at school? Okay. Is it dating apps? Another very viable option. Fun fact, I met my partner on a dating app. I'm going to make a video about this in another story. I was actually not looking for a partner, and she wasn't either, but this is possible as well, believe it or not. Okay. I didn't think it was before, but my mind has changed. My beliefs have shifted now. This could also be sports, right? Sports teams. It could also be work, right? Are you going to take a more tailored approach? Is it going to be matchmaking? As you guys know, I work for a matchmaking company and I also do some private matchmaking on the side if you're ever interested. It's not my main thing, but I can help you with that. Is it through friends, friends of friends, right? There's so many different strategies, guys. So many different strategies. None of them are better than the other. It just depends on your circumstance. For some people, I wouldn't recommend using dating apps. For some people, I wouldn't recommend matchmaking. For some people, I wouldn't recommend listening to their friends. But for some people, it makes complete sense to do one or all of them. If you are choosing, as opposed to trying, to find a partner, you're choosing that this is the year that you're going to attract a partner, because that's what I did. Last year, I was like, this is the year I'm going to attract her. How am I going to do that? I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to start going on more dates. I'm going to tell the people that I'm close to and myself that I am going to start dating again. Aaron is dating again now. 2025 is a year that Aaron is dating again. I made it normal. I'm not like, ah, I got to date again. Oh my God, dating sucks. I never said those words, ever. All the dates that I went on, people would say dating sucks, and I'd be like, why? And they would tell me, and then they would say, how is it for you? And I'm like, it's great. It's a good time. I'm having a good time with people. Let's talk about each of these strategies a little bit. So, what are the pros and cons of all of these different strategies? When you're meeting out in the wild, this is fun. This is like a nice story. You know what I mean? Like, the story is kind of cool. First time I got into a long term relationship, it was exactly when I said I don't want to be in a relationship. And in fact, all the times I got into a relationship, those were the times where I'm like, I'm not really looking right now, right? Except this last time I was open. I was looking. I was never really looking. In fact, the times that I did look, I never found, which is the funny thing. Out in the wild is like first time I was in college, first class, psychology class. I told my friend Ryan at the time, I'm like, dude, I don't want to deal with any girls. I want to focus on my school. I want to get good grades. First class, I saw this girl and I'm like, dude, she's pretty hot. And we became boyfriend and girlfriend. Second time, I was on a vacation with some friends, and I'm like, I don't want to get into no relationships. I previously got out of my last relationship. It's been like 6, 7 months or like a year or something, and I'm like, I just want to focus on me. I don't want to date in my 20s. Met a girl. I'm like, wow, she's great. We started dating. Third time now, I got on the dating apps for a different reason, and I'll tell you about this in a different video. And boom, amazing, great interaction, very attractive, and we just started slowly. It just became a thing, and it was like I never had to think twice about it. It was more like this feels really right. This feels really smooth, and I think that's how it's supposed to feel. It's not like something you're trying to fit in. Like it's not like a Tetris game. It's like literally just smooth, and that's how I think it's supposed to feel. Although there are challenges at times, it's supposed to be easy and smooth. Um, if you want to get better at this, you just have to have more of an open presence. I think if you want to attract this, start dressing as hot as you can. Stop waiting to look good. Stop waiting for an occasion. Every day, dress the nicest you can. Look, I'm at home right now. Look how nice I look. Makes me feel good. Presents me in a better way. You probably look at this video and you're like, yeah, this guy, he's got something. Je ne sais quoi. So stop waiting to wear your favorite clothing. And also work on your social skills. Work on having more conversations with people. Work on just saying hi to people. And if someone comes up to you to say hi back and just be friendly. And that's how you get better at this. And there are more ways that you can do this, but I'll make another video on that. Through friends, it's very easy. Start telling your best friends that know you very well. Don't just tell random people because they're not going to be able to screen and filter as good as you. Find friends that know you and understand you, ideally for 5, 10 years, that you've known them for a long time, and tell them, listen, I'm open to dating. If you meet or see of anybody that you think would be a good match for me, let me know. Maybe do an introduction because I'm open to dating now. You have no idea how much your friends want to be able to say that they were the ones that hooked you up. I have a couple of friends and acquaintances that I've connected, and it's such a good feeling knowing that that's a relationship now. That's a marriage now. It's an incredible feeling. And usually the people that are really good at this are the people that can connect with themselves or connect with others and kind of know who would get along with who. I just have this proclivity myself, so I thought it only makes sense to connect boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife together. Dating apps. This is a big strategy. I could make a whole video on how to actually attract the kind of person you want through a dating app. Your pictures, the way you speak of yourself, voice memos, who you say yes to, how you actually message. That's all strategy. If you say dating apps suck, it's because you don't know how to use it. You don't know how to use it. And there is a world in which you can use a dating app and you get amazing results. Years ago, I tried dating apps and it sucked for me. I had bad pictures. I didn't really match with many women. The ones I matched with, I didn't really like. And it was hard to get people to even meet up. But now, when I use dating apps last year, I was matching with tons of people and I was having great dates and great conversations. So the dating apps didn't change, I did. You got to be the change you want to see in the world, guys. Okay. And then matchmaking. This is the most expensive option, but it's the most effective option. Think of it this way: you tell someone like me, or a matchmaker, or a matchmaking team. I work for a matchmaking company, and They're really charged anywhere from 10 upwards to 100K. Why does it change so much in price? That's timing, it's quality of service, it's how many matches you get. You essentially tell them exactly what you're looking for in a partner, and they will vet out thousands of people that are in the network or even outside of the network and find the ones that we feel like would be a good match for you. Once they have this call, they kind of go through all these screens and vetting and standards and all these things, and we feel like, oh, this would be a good match for this person. And then they do the intros, and then they connect you guys together, and then you go on the date. And then from there, the chances are much higher that you're actually going to go on a date because the dating apps, you have to be the one that does the screening. You have to probably go on 1, 5, 10, 15, 100 dates until you meet somebody right. Versus here, they'll do all the screening for you and fast forward the process. The question is, do you want to pay with your time or do you want to pay with your money? People usually pay with what they value least. So if you're rich and you don't have much time, you're going to do this because your money, you're spending your money to get a faster result. But if you don't have much money or you don't really value your time that much, you're going to use your time. But I always recommend to use your money to get what you want. It's just easier. Right? I can sit here and spend 3 hours cooking my meals for the week, or I can just pay an extra couple $100 and have somebody cook it for me that tastes better and it actually has all the ingredients that I need. You know what I mean? It's just more efficient. It's leverage. We always want to be thinking more effectively, more successfully. Cool. I think we did a pretty good job covering this. Another thing I actually want to mention about this that I didn't mention yet, and I'm going to make a whole video on this too, and this video is probably going to go viral. Um, I believe that the biggest and most effective dating app in 2026 is a little known app called Instagram. Now, TikTok is good too, and maybe even Facebook, but um, Instagram is a dating funnel if you use it that way. Now, my Instagram, if you see it, it's more of like a content creator's Instagram. Like, I'm not looking to attract a partner, I already have a partner. But if I was trying to attract a partner, I'd have my best photos. I would be throwing out some thirst traps. I would talk about who I am so people get to hear my message and see my perspective on the world. And anyone that sends me likes, anyone that sends me messages, I know that they're interested. And if a girl likes 3 or 4 of my pictures in a row, I'm like, oh, maybe this person's interested. And for you as a woman, it's the same thing, right? Think about your display picture. Think about your top 3 posts. Are you shaking your ass on every video? Are you at the club every 2 days? Do you think you're going to find a husband like that? You're not. A guy that's looking for a serious relationship will land on your page and be like, oh, she could be a good time for tonight. He's not going to think of you as someone that's a long term partner. But if he goes on your page and he sees that you go to church, you got your friends, you don't show yourself too much, but he knows that you look good. You have a nice display picture, something like feminine, something cute, not something so forward. You know what I mean? Like, only speak on how you want to be interpreted because perception is reality. And even if you don't live that life on social media, but you only post the pictures of you at the club, people are going to see you as a club person, right? Don't sleep on Instagram, guys. If you want more dating options, get on Instagram. It's very, very effective. Now, the last and most important S of this whole video is going to be something I like to call selection. Selection. This is where the magic happens. You need to be able to be the one that makes good decisions, selects the right guy. You might be talking to 1, 2, 3 guys. How do you know which is the one for you? Follow your heart. Intuition, at the end of the day, is the best answer I can possibly give you. Okay? But a couple of things to remember. You want to choose based off of a couple of things. Chemistry is the interaction, is like how you feel around this person. Is your vibes, right? And I didn't make this up. I saw this on Instagram somewhere. That's number one, chemistry. Number two, compatibility. What does this mean, Aaron? Compatibility. Are we compatible? Are we around the same age? Do we find each other attractive? Do we live a similar lifestyle? If I'm homeless and she's a millionaire, it probably won't work. Beauty and the Beast is a fun story, but it's not really that true if you think about it. Are you compatible? And then the last step from there is commitment. I will not be sleeping with anybody else. I don't want to see anybody else. I want to choose you, and you are going to do the same with me. These are the three C's. A couple more things you have to look for. Character. What kind of character do they have? If you got three options, who's got the best character? Who can you see yourself raising kids with? Who can you see yourself suffering with when you lose your parents or they lose their parents? Who do you want to raise a family with? Who do you want to spend most of your days with? What conversation is the most fun? Who keeps you the most joyful? Right? These are the questions that you want to ask yourself. Also, who's been the most consistent with you? If somebody's up and down with you, do you want that in a partner, or do you want to be with someone that's consistent with you? One very important thing is avoid feeling scarcity. If you only have one option and you're not so happy about that option, don't choose it because that's the only option you see. There are more people out there. You just got to put yourself out there more. If you want to work with me, I will make you more attractive. I will help you understand that you are worthy of yourself. Once this clicked for me, everything changed. And if you're not feeling worthy, if you feel like you're repeating the same patterns, I urge you to either work with me or somebody else that you really resonate with because I can shift your beliefs. I'm not going to just force you to think a certain way. I'm not going to tell you to read affirmations in the mirror. We will find the reasons in your life that make you worthy. And there are reasons, trust me. Also, avoid intensity traps. You might think, oh my God, it's so good. The chemistry is so good. You guys feel excited when you're around each other. The sex is good or whatever the case is. But like, are you compatible? If you only have chemistry, but he won't commit to you and there's no compatibility, it's not a good option for you. If he only is committed to you, but he's not compatible with you and you don't find him attractive, but there's no chemistry, not a good option. If he's compatible with you and he'll commit, but there's no chemistry, no fun. If there's chemistry and commitment, but no compatibility, no, you need all three of these guys. Okay, I don't want to make this so complicated. You just need all three. So, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was like a 40-minute video. I think if you watch this whole video, you will be ahead of 90% of women in 2026. If you're a woman who is great in her career, has friends, has all these other things, spend a little bit of time here mapping it out. You can ask ChatGPT, you can write down on a piece of paper, you can meditate on the topic, but please, for the love of God, spend time thinking about the things you want and not the things you don't want. Okay? Have a great day. Peace.